we'll have very specific plans on guys that we want to bring into the program and to give them an opportunity. But I tell them you get one opportunity to fulfill a dream, and be able to be a part of this program and represent this brand, and an opportunity to kind of bet on yourself with what you're willing to pour into to this journey. I mean, it's pretty remarkable, and so we definitely are very selective, and we try to attract the best and the brightest when it comes to that field with guys that are looking to walk on.
Okay, thank you for answering that question. And you're at the time of this taping of this podcast interview, you're a little bit more than a week away from spring practice. So
yes, sir.
Certainly, you've benefited from the off-season conditioning program, getting to know the kids. But what are the two or three top priorities going into spring that you would like to get accomplished, or goals?
I mean, really, for us to, we're focused on an objective of every day continuing to grow. And right now, we're still trying to figure out each other. For the coaches and the players, what are the expectations? We've been through off-season workouts. We've never been through a practice together.
Right.
Trying to be able to build that foundation. Set the expectation of what the standard's going to be, and then help hold these guys to that standard, and then teach and develop them on the things that are the steps that are necessary to get there. I want to see a football team that's willing to show what their identity is going to be. Right? Anybody can talk about it. Right? Everybody in college football is talking about wanting to be champions right now. But I believe if we are willing to show that identity by bringing a championship mindset and approach to maximize an ability that we have, that's something that I think will help us on our journey. And then trying to make sure that we can formulate where our strengths and maybe areas that we need to continue to grow to what we want to do schematically. Right now, because when you look at us offensively, defensively, especially this is a system that's built for playmakers, and so we need to be able to identify who are those top playmakers, what are their strengths, what are the areas that we can showcase their talents to the best of their ability, and then continue to build what we're doing from there.
What is the most important thing you've learned from your team in your first 3 months with them?
They want to be successful. I mean, they are passionate. They all have a belief and desire to grow and get better. I mean, they've done a nice job with their I guess willingness to listen and to try to match the level of expectation that we've been able to lay out as coaches. But it's all part of that process, and we're still growing each and every day to try to get to that point. But they definitely are very willing.
Now, everybody's getting ready to go through spring practice for 2020 season. The transfer portal will still probably be active as kids continue to see where they line up at any program that they're in. Is there any positions that are priority that you guys are still looking to add depth to through the portal as we go through spring and into the summer?
There's always potential at a variety of different positions. I'm not going to go into the specific of which positions we're looking at, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the right fit. And if we feel like we can make our football team better with the right young man that can come in and help elevate us in an area or two, then we'll explore that. But I'm never just going to take a number just based off of that. I mean, it's got to be the right fit. It's going to come in and do things the way that we expect it to be done, and help all of our teammates get better.
And as a general question, either about the football program or the institution itself, what is the one thing that's made the biggest impression on you in your short time in Tallahassee?
I've just really enjoyed the people, and that's I would say more than anything else. Whether it's the players that I get to coach, obviously excitement about the coaches that I've been able to bring, the community, the students, the professors. I mean, everybody that I've got a chance to meet. I mean, there is a buzz, there's an excitement of. Not only where people are excited that Florida State football is headed, but also this a sense of the responsibility of who we represent, and that's what makes it special. Because you can go out there and you can play in a game, and you can try to do the things that it takes to be successful. But when you represent something that's so much bigger than yourself, and you look at our great tradition and the former players that have been here, the great coaches that have been here, but you tie that to who you represent with this community, this unbelievable university. That's what makes it special, because people make the place, and the people have been just phenomenal since I've stepped on campus.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you started out with the goal of being a high school coach, and obviously were very successful as an offensive coordinator for Coach Graham, and then moved on to Memphis. Is there ever a time when you sit back and think, how did I end up at Florida State?
Every day. That's why I have a smile on my face. And so, even like this morning, we had a tour duty practice, and Coach Fuller and I happened to be, two of the first ones in the building, and I just stood in the middle of the indoor facility with a huge smile. I said, "Man, it's amazing, just amazing that we get the opportunity to coach here." And I'll tell you that I had the exact same feeling the day that I got my first graduate assistant position at Central Arkansas. I got an opportunity to do something that I love, and as that's kind of grown, there was every day that I was at the University of Tulsa, just like every day that I've been able to look into Doak Campbell say, "I take a walk." I did it this morning. We got done with our workout. I came right on this ledge, and I just walked back and forth, and you soak it in, and you understand just how grateful and fortunate you are for the opportunity to do something that you love at a place that it means so much. And obviously, like I just said, who you get to represent, you never take that for granted. You try to maximize every day, just like we talk to our players about. This is the only day that we're guaranteed. Man, let's go be our best and put everything we have into it.
Coach, when you recruit a kid and he comes, might be the first kid from his family ever go to college, you're offering him a life-changing opportunity. So many of our listeners and readers contribute to that in some way. They make a sacrifice in their life to be able to donate to this cause. What does it really mean, a college scholarship to a person like that?
It means everything, because you once again, you see investment in you, and there's a lot of people that give of themselves to help provide somebody else with an opportunity. And when a young man earns a scholarship, and they are earned, the things that they have to do academically, the things they have to do physically, the investment of their time, and just the passion of what they get to do, but the path of what they've been able to accomplish to get to that point, and then the expectation of what they need to do from that point moving forward, you are changing lives. You're providing opportunity. You're being able to set a limitless expectation for where these kids can go and what they can do. Everybody thinks about a scholarship and they think about what's happening out there on the field. Being able to provide a scholarship, you think about what's happening over there in that classroom. You're thinking about what these kids are able to gain. It's the most important thing that nobody can ever take away from them, and that's knowledge. That's knowledge through what they're gaining through the program, and how we work them out, the expectation which we hold them to, the standards, but then also the knowledge they're learning in the classroom, the relationships that they're building. Nobody will ever be able to take that from them, and it's setting these kids up to be successful in every aspect of their life, and in the understanding of somebody else investing for them to be able to get to that point. And that's why the boosters and the supporters that make that happen. And there's no greater thing you can do in this world than be able to help provide for somebody and help lighten their path.
And to piggyback off Jerry's question, and going back to the walk-ons and the scholarship, I'm sure when you got awarded your scholarship at Central Arkansas, one of the best days of your life, probably one of the best days, especially at that time. What kind of satisfaction or pride do you get out when you get a chance to award a walk-on with a scholarship?
It means everything, because I still, every time I've had the opportunity to do that, I think of the feeling I got. And at that time, I was taking out loans. I was working multiple summer jobs. I was doing everything that I could to help allow me to do that when it came to my college experience. And each kid has a different story, and they've all they're all working to try to get to that point of being the best that they can possibly be. I try not to tie too much of it to the scholarship aspect, because right. Once these kids get on scholarship, that's not the end of their journey.
No.
It's just the symbol of somebody investing in you, and then really more the responsibility you have to continue to grow and continue to develop, continue to maximize the potential that you have. And so that's really been my focus on it. And it's so much on the being grateful for what others have been able to pour into you.
Maybe just to clarify, what year were you in school when you got that scholarship?
It was going into my redshirt sophomore year, and so it was. We were at being at a lower level school. They were able to break up scholarships a little bit, so it wasn't a full scholarship, but it got to a point where every year I was able to get more, and then I was able to finish my last year being on full scholarship, which is pretty special, and it's something that journey has helped develop me to where I am today.
Coach, we want to be respectful of your time, so we're going to wrap it up. But can you paint a picture of that moment?
Of when I got put on scholarship. I remember I was sitting in my head coach's. I was sitting there in my head coach's office, and at the time I'd gotten a little bit bigger, but I still wasn't a very big guy. And coach was I just led the team in receptions, and was a newcomer of the year in our conference, and coach was Coach Conk was my head coach, and he was telling me how proud he was of me, and that the expectation moving forward, he wanted me to continue to get bigger, stronger, faster, and he told me that he was going to be able to help with a little bit on that meal plan to help me get bigger and stronger and faster, and so that's when he told me he's going to put me on a scholarship, and I was just grateful, because there's nothing that's guaranteed, and productivity. So many people think that just because you have a productive moment that you deserve something in return. And I've always tried to have the approach that, every day you just continue to get better and you continue to grow. And if people can assist you on the way, then that's something you're grateful for. But when he was able to do that, that really it changed a lot of the aspects of my life. Because financially, I didn't have to take out as many loans. I didn't have to do those things, and it really allowed me for a great experience there when I was in college.
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.